So I find it pretty interesting to see that there aren't that many videos about this, and maybe that means it's really not that important. But I feel like if you want to make paintings that are rich and dynamic in their tones, you have to be able to make a really deep, dark type of shadow. I personally really like to use these dark, rich tones in my paintings to create a lot of drama in them. I'm going to show you how I do that. Here I'm starting with a base of acrylic black, and I'm showing you that the oil paint that I'm using that is black pretty much matches it. I'll be painting the rest of this in oil paint. So I'm starting to draw my figure with our first combination, which is ultramarine blue and burnt umber. I've seen this combo called deep black, but any combination you use where you add the burnt umber will be slightly muted. Since all of these colors are pretty dark, it's going to be hard for my camera to pick up, so I'm going to do my best to show you what's going on. You can already pick up on the slight blue tones of this combo. Now I'm going to go in with my next most favorite combination, alizarin crimson and phthalo green. This combination gives you a rich, deep inky black and will really help you capture a depth in your painting. To start creating shape in my figure, I'm not going to go straight into mixing with white. I'm actually going to start with a cad orange and bring in some of these warmer tones. So mixing with cad orange and now going into the white, I'm pushing between warm and cool in each of the first two combinations, and this new third one, Prussian blue and burnt umber. This is going to bring in more of the cools as I add more of the Prussian blue into my mix. As you may already know, cool colors will typically push things farther back into space while warmer colors will pull them forward. But to create an illusion of perspective and depth in your painting, you might use a warmer, deeper, richer black like the alizarin and phthalo green combination. So by varying these two tones, your cool and warm blacks, you'll be able to push things back into space and pull them forward and create a more dynamic figure. You can see here in the cheekbone, I have more burnt umber than Prussian blue, so that shadow isn't going to be as deep as the ones around the eye. The burnt umber making it a little warmer and bringing it further forward into space. Here I'm coming back in with our last combination, alizarin crimson and Prussian blue. This combination of phthalos is basically a dark purple, but with how deep and rich both colors are on canvas, it shows up as a very dark shadow. Both of our phthalo combos are made of cool colors, but sitting next to each other, the alizarin and green will sit warmer than the Prussian blue and alizarin. So as we start to mix our neutrals with our cad orange and white into our black shade combos, we want to be careful not to muddy our cools and warm tones. Adding these lighter colors in, it's really easy to contaminate our black shades. So I'm coming back in with that alizarin and Prussian blue to darken these shadows one more time. Something else you want to keep in mind as you're using these really rich dark colors and neutrals is that you're not actually working with that light of a color. So here I'm adding a white to the eye and you can see the contrast here. So now we're mixing in more light into our warmer neutral tones. So I'm mixing in more cad orange, more white, and neutralizing my dark shades as I'm getting lighter. Now you can see in this lighting against the warm light tones I'm adding that our dark blue combos are completely obliterated inside of the dark shade of the rest of our black colors here. At this point, we're going to have to emphasize these dark shades with more light and a lighter background with a warmer tone. This light neutral will also emphasize the light inside of the eye in our figure. As I move the light around, you'll be able to see just how subtle these changes are in a lot of these dark shades and how dark our combos really are. Now the last thing for us to do is to add our pure white, and I'm going to just touch up all of the little highlights of the hair in the front of the face, the whiskers, and the highlight in the eye. And now we have our harmony between our warm and cools and our deep blacks. Okay, we're all done. So what do you guys think? If you try this at home, let me know in the comments, and also let me know if you want me to talk about anything else art related. Don't be afraid to experiment with any of the dark shades or making neutral colors, and don't be afraid to make muddy colors, because how are you going to know what those even are, what they look like, and how they compare to the good kind of colors that you actually want. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this video, and hope I see you guys again soon. Bye.